What an absolute tragic time it is in the UK at the minute. So the latest one, and the writing's been on the wall for a while, and I think it's a complete tragedy. I think it's a scandal, and I think all the governments since Tony Blair were to blame for this. I genuinely believe that America has completely turned its back on the UK in terms of the government. And I say that not obviously with lightheartedness or just like a passing comment, but if you look online, if you hear about what they say about us, and now the president's caught up with it, the way the UK has been going, it's just been distancing itself from what is the best relationship, the world's greatest friendship, history's greatest friendship. There are times when we were at loggerheads, revolution, the Civil War, as in the American Civil War. But overall, you ask your parents, your grandparents, anybody who served in the military and been deployed overseas, we've always been there with the Americans. Americans have loved the Brits, Brits have loved the Americans. It literally has been the most special friendship. And it's been destroyed. And you only need to look on the surface to understand why. And then you look at the things that are going on the outside. We've had a string of left-wing governments, including the Conservatives. The Conservatives were compromised by Liberal Democrat-style Conservatives. They warned us, they asked us to do things, and we've been importing these people non-stop. These people that go out and say they don't like America. There's been, every single time America's gone out, they've been protesting about them. And now, the latest one is with obviously this stuff that's gone off in Iran. And for the first time probably in my life, I think I will defend Keir Starmer here. And I will say you know what, he had no choice there. Because people will turn around and say you should have complied straight away, should have said yes, should have bent down and joined America. But the bottom line is, what has been inherited and what he continues to do, and escalated to some extent, is the mass immigration of undocumented people. People that come here, decide, even though they want to come here and they love the benefits, they love the housing, they love the ability to make money, they don't like the people, they don't like the culture, they don't like the rules, they don't like the laws. So with those people, some of them have become terrorists. Some of them have been terrorists all along. Some have been radicalised since they've been here. Some of them have been radical ever since they got on the boat and came over, and even before that. And it's been a disaster. Just recently, when you had what's happened going on, you had a protest in London. It was attended by the deputy leader of the Green Party, Mohsin Ali, with many people there. Obviously there's no evidence of himself doing it, so I won't go that far. Shouting and chanting, "Death to America, death to America." Imagine that. Imagine if your grandparents and your great-grandparents that fought in the Second World War realised that you and us, me, you, everybody else, had allowed our country to get to a state where leftist lunatics and Islamists were chanting death to our closest ally, and the closest ally there's ever been on this planet in history. What a shame. What an absolute shame. And I've seen a couple of American viewers here, still don't know what I'm doing, but there we go. I've seen a couple of Americans on here talking about it. And my honest advice to you is don't give up on us, The sane, patriotic people of Great Britain know where their bread is buttered. They understand that America is our greatest ally and the greatest alliance that's ever been. And we would love to be back in that kind of allegiance with you. We would love to get rid of all our extremists. We would love to get back on the world stage as a superpower. You know, we'd love to get a strong military so we can protect our borders, defend our borders, and regain that special alliance in every single way, shape or form. Make new trade deals. We need to open our country to industry and manufacturing, and we need to trade more with America. Yeah, what a sad day.